Let's just jump into the video. VR. Everybody and their mother thinks that VR is complicated and expensive and no one will ever use them in the future. To that I say, you're half right. VR is expensive. There are VR headsets like mixed reality headsets by Microsoft, but let's be honest, you're still missing out if you have those items. The reason why I say this is because of tracking. You can only track so much before your hands disappear. If you really want the best experience, I'd say that you should get the HTC Vive or the Valve Index. You know, just because I have something, just something against Oculus, so I won't mention Oculus as much in this video. And let's be honest, these headsets probably cost $1 to make, but capitalism says otherwise, so you have to spend hundreds of dollars. That isn't the only thing that you'll really need to get a VR too. Don't forget, you need a fucking PC, and those PCs are probably going to be expensive with a lot of expensive hardware. You fucking broke with. But if you do have the resources to get VR, I promise you this, you didn't waste your money. Well, actually, unless you're a college student, you made so many wrong decisions already, and this was one of them. Don't get your goggles wet with your tears. That being said, let's get into the bulls of this video. I'm kind of confused. According to Steam, I've played Steam VR for 3,990 hours. I don't remember this at all. I don't remember leaving Steam VR open. I always closed it down when I entered Unreal Engine. When you add up all my total hours for every Steam VR game I own, it's less than 500 hours. Hell, I don't even play Minecraft for more than 20 minutes. Speaking of Minecraft, it's just decent. You should expect that most YouTubers exaggerate every fucking thing. Honestly, when YouTubers say Minecraft in VR is absolutely amazing and you should try it out, I mean, just expect corny shit to vibrate into your fucking ears. In my opinion, all right, I'm just saying, in my own opinion, I don't think it's really that good. I'm gonna be honest, it's decent, but I don't think it's really that good. It's pretty fucking clunky though, I can tell you that, especially when you only have one Vive tracker and the only thing you can do is snap turn. I don't know why or who thought snap turning was a good idea. I mean, let me be honest, maybe I'm being selfish. I mean, I don't get sick when I play VR games. I don't get motion sick at all. Matter of fact, I can just put on the goggles, I won't feel a damn thing compared to other people. But when snap turning is the only alternative to moving around physically, it really fucking grinds my gears. It's like, where the fuck is the smooth turning in these VR games? This is why I don't like VR game ports. To be honest, I'd only recommend actual VR games to people because they were made for VR. Movements tend to be smoother on VR games, but you know there are a few exceptions like Medal of Honor. Beyond wherever the fuck that game is, I'll be honest, I played that shit for like 20 minutes and it wasn't really that fun. Once again, I'm not the type of person to get sick in VR, so I don't really know your case if you like snap turning or not, but VR games are considerably more comfortable for VR. That's why it's a VR game. I can't tell you how many times I got frustrated when a VR game or VR port doesn't let you exist because you don't have a second tracker. Okay, those were all my bad experiences. I just got all of those out the way. Now, let's move on to the good stuff. Depending on the game, VR is fucking tough as shit. I've played so many different types of games in my lifetime, and first-person shooters will always be my favorite game genre. It's the only reason why I picked myself up a VR headset in the first place. I remember watching Markiplier, PewDiePie, and Jacksepticeye play Oculus Rift DK1 games, and thought it was the best thing I've ever seen since touchscreen phones. What I didn't think about was how far it would go. VR has always been in the minds of developers for years, but every time it was implemented or sent to the market, they always failed, and rightfully so. VR has only progressed with the popularity of more efficient personal computers and faster smartphone technology combined. That's a long time. Not to mention, people didn't really care. This is why it's taken so long. Not gonna lie, I thought VR wasn't going anywhere because of its hefty price, but I still invested in one. By far the best investment of my teenage life. By the time I was 14, the FPS genre fell apart. FPS games weren't as good as they used to, and I'd say that FPS games died in 2016. Of course, I do have the current FPS games like Call of Duty Cold War and Modern Warfare, those two shitty ass games that I still play time to time for some reason. And the funny thing is, Modern Warfare, I don't think it was made to have a fun multiplayer experience. Multiplayer was just left inherently broken for you to play. You know, that's a fucking slap in the face for the people who paid $60 for this game. I can't get a higher KD than 0.97. Depending on your KD or average score, you either get rewarded for being trash against your fucking clones, or you get punished by Daddy Activision BDSM style. In Cold War, I have an average KD of 1.63. I can't go any higher than that because the game won't let me, because I played like a pro player, therefore I should be punished against people who play just like me, and then I had to find a different style to play in, get used to that, and then do the same shit over and over. Just fuck this game. This is why you see Roblox gameplay in the background of the video. Bad business overall is just a first-person shooter game made right. Instead of having you put into a skill bracket, you're put against players who play like pros, or they play like shit, or they play like the players in between, and it's just fun that way. That's why I play this game. Look, I'm using a fucking katana and a shotgun. That shit is fun as hell to just run around, slide, jump over ledges, parkour and shit, and just kill people in the most movie-esque style. Anyway, I'm kind of veering off track right now. VR has offered me a good time that games today just don't have because they want to make a quick profit. To name a few VR games, let's start with Pavlov. I'll only be talking about 2 games so I can keep the video short and so I can go do some homework. I feel like the majority of my Pavlov hours come from me just straight up reloading guns in the game's shooting range. There are just times that I'd be sitting around in my room bored as fuck, then suddenly thinking to myself, let me just reload guns in Pavlov. The game is so fucking beautiful. If you have the headset on, that is. The game is just great. Before all the new updates in Pavlov, there were just guns, an option menu, a matchmaking browser, and a lot of TTT games. The game was just really Counter-Strike in VR, and it got boring after a few hours of playing it, or a week. I stopped playing the game for a while because of that. Then I heard there were custom maps, so I came back. Then I stopped playing the game again. I feel like there was something missing in Pavlov. At least for me, that thing Pavlov was lacking was freedom. There's only so much you can do with what's given to you, and it wasn't much at all. That's when I figured out the devs have a Discord. This is what kept me playing Pavlov ever since the second time I left, because I felt like I had no say in the game I wanted to see succeed. There are a lot of people on the server now ever since PewDiePie uploaded a Pavlov gameplay, but even though the server is packed, Dave, who is the developer of the game, still has time to respond to the people who play his game. He lets you know that everyone has access to beta versions of the game. He even has separate servers to let people play with each other in beta versions. Every feedback you give is taken into consideration. The moment an update that allowed you to put attachment on guns alongside with some graphical updates came out, Pavlov just jumped to my top 5 games of all time. I'd give this game a rating of 200 IQ out of 4. Best game I've ever played. On to the next one. Half-Life Alyx. I ain't even done with this game for a special reason. I love Half-Life, but because I'm 18, I didn't get a chance to play Half-Life 1 and 2. I didn't know about their existence until I was 14 playing Gmod. It's only now I've played the first Half-Life. I recently beat Half-Life 1. Well, not actually. I played Black Mesa, which is a fan remake endorsed by Valve, but that doesn't really matter. The game is fun, but so fucking long, but I still enjoy the game nonetheless. I've been holding off on finishing Half-Life Alyx so I can finish Half-Life 2, but I don't think I can wait much longer, to be honest. Half-Life Alyx just offers a different experience that isn't mouse and keyboard bound. Graphics, the physics, the scale. Bro, fuck waiting, I'm playing this shit, bro. This game is so good, and it's hard to tell you why. Walking in this game is slow as shit, but I can care less because it keeps you focused. If I get hurt by a head crab, that's my fault for not knowing. Cheesy hostile spawns that would get you in Half-Life 1 and 2 are here, but only if you weren't paying attention. The game literally gives you all the time in the world to react to everything due to the pacing of the game, and even then, so much catches you off guard, and I like it. The story seems to be good to me, though I haven't finished it. The last thing I want to touch upon for Half-Life Alyx is the movement. The game supports multiple ways of navigation, and sometimes all at once depending on your choice. You get tired of walking, you can always hold down on the D-pad for HTC Vive to just teleport around. If you want to go past an obstacle, the game will give you the option to teleport above it or over the obstacle, or you can just mantle it. If you don't feel like crouching down to get into tight spaces, you can always just use the teleporting option as well. The game offers the player snap turning if that's what you like, and it also offers smooth turning, which I prefer. If I had the second tracker that didn't break just staying on the fucking ceiling, I'd probably just not even use any of the snap turning or turning in general. I'll just probably do it myself. But you know, HTC Vive, I don't know, I don't think they really know how to produce shit, because the fact that the tracker was on my wall, I didn't touch it at all, just plugged in, and it somehow broke. I don't fucking know. But hey, you know, VR is still great if you have the money. This is where we get to the end of the video. If you like this video, hey, leave a like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want next. I don't really plan on doing much commentary for this channel. What I really want to do is just play games with friends, capture some moments, and then put them out there. This is something that I'd like to do once in a while when I have the time. This video in general was very time consuming to make because I had to play the games and I had to balance school at the same time, not to mention edit the video, make it the way I like it. And I'm my own critic, and I really want things to be really good for both you and I would also greatly appreciate if you guys can go subscribe to these two people. Before I uploaded this video, I sent this video on Discord to a few friends, and 2 of them have YouTube channels, and they've also checked my video and gave me some feedback on what I can do and change. So go ahead and subscribe to Splash and Tigmo, and their channels will be in the description of this video. Guys, hopefully next week. Yeah, this has been my 2nd video on the channel, and goodbye for now.